Is Leo and Stitch worth the watch? And is Mission Impossible the perfect ending?
Good questions. Good questions. We also got to talk about Ant-Man coming up small and the Knicks falling off.
I called it.
It's falling off. It's bad, man. But Mission Impossible. I saw Mission Impossible. I enjoyed it. It was a good watch to me. 3 hours is crazy. 3 hours is crazy, considering they could have still added more. A few things. The best part of the movie, the best part is when he's on the plane. Like the stunt for that and him doing that put it way up for me. I just like, all right, I don't really need anything else from this movie except that. That was perfect to me. Everything else was cool. I enjoyed it. The acting was good. Tom Cruise does his thing. He's running so much, bro. Like, he runs the whole movie. I'm like, all right. And I've gotten over this isn't right. Like, jumping off of here, you can make it, all that Mission Impossible shit. I just like, all right, it's the movie. That's what it's supposed to be. But that's just a light intro on it. That's how I felt about it.
Well, this is my Mission Impossible review if you choose to accept it. So, in my opinion, this is one of the weakest Mission Impossibles I've ever seen. It's not better than 1. It's not better than 3. It's not better than Rogue Nation. It's not better than Ghost Protocol. I did not like this movie. I thought it was way, way too long. Way too much talking, trying to explain to the audience what's going on over and over and over. There was too many flashback montages to the old original movies. It was overbearing. I thought the first hour could have been cut. I think if you take the whole first hour away from this movie could have been really, really good. They did a lot of talking. Gabriel, I'm sorry. This man is one of the worst antagonist villains I have ever seen. And don't even get me started on the entity. If I had a fucking dime for how many times I heard the entity in this fucking movie, the AI, me and you would be billionaires right now.
Listen, why are we making movies about AI and we're still moving forward to AI? Dumbest, that should be sending me off. I'm sitting in this movie and I'm thinking about that. Like, why are we talking about the entity? It's like in real life, and we're still doing AI. That's just a side note. But
ladies and gentlemen, the entity is a non-physical villain. He cannot do anything. That was what was fucking killing me. He couldn't do anything.
He can blast you in the eyes and make you
think about it, right? Ethan Hunt was able to complete all these expeditions, no issues whatsoever, because it's a non-physical. It's not a person stopping him, right? No one's actually stopping him from completing anything, right? And that was one of my issues with this movie was we're literally like seeing the president, which Angela Bassett, phenomenal casting. She did a great job.
Yeah.
Love Angela Bassett. But like, what is going on here? Like, I just didn't, like, to me, in the last one, Gabriel was the villain, right?
Yeah.
He was working with the entity. Now, he's trying to take over the entity. So he's literally just waiting for Tom Cruise to deliver him what he needs to take over the entity. So just like, this was like a whole waste of time for me. I didn't really understand what I was watching. Like, as you said, the best part of these movies.
The best part
was, yes, the plane. The end of the movie was phenomenal. Tom Cruise and these stunts were amazing. It was action-packed at times, but to me, it was too much talking and not enough action. That plane scene was great, and when he went down in the submarine, that was cool. That was cool too. But it took too long. That was like 30, 35 minutes of him being down in the water. And you're just sitting there like, okay.
It's a few things. All right, I understand with the flashbacks. From my point of view, the flashbacks was good. If you haven't seen the movies in a while, if you need like a refresher, it's like giving you like a refresher. But I understand if you recently seen them, how it's like, all right, like, come on, we don't need that.
They did it like 5 or 6 times.
I know, but it also gave me a nostalgic feeling like, damn, this shit really ended. So that's why I wasn't mad at it. I'm like, damn, because a part of me was like, damn, watching it, I'm like, damn, this is the last movie. So I think that was the effect that I got from it. That's why I wasn't rolling my eyes at it. But the movie as is was it was good. It was enjoyable, but that was mostly because the stunts. That's why I mentioned the stunts, because I was literally blown away by the plane stunt, just knowing that he did that. You see what I'm saying? Like when I looked it up, it was like that was his thing. It took him years to figure it out and all that. I was like, wow, that's just amazing. The movie was good.
It took 3 hours to get there. It took 3 hours to get to that plane stunt. It took 3 hours, which I said, if you cut a lot of that first hour out, because it was repetitive. They're telling you the same thing over and over again about this entity. And it's just like, and then the virtual reality, when he got to talk to the entity, like, there was a perfect time to me right there. It was like, wow, this week could be over. He could just take out Ethan Hunt right now. Because he was literally like, so it was just like, this is, and then don't get me started on how they killed Gabriel. The most cartoonish kill I have ever seen in a movie, I think ever. Oh, you don't have a parachute. And then goes and kills himself. Like, that was ridiculous. It was corny.
How did Tom Cruise have 2 parachutes?
You know, Ethan Hunt can do no wrong.
That's why I say I don't even complain about these issues anymore, because I just know it is what it is. It's the movie. It's Mission Impossible. You have to live with it.
This is why I want more adversity in these movies like this, because it's called Mission Impossible, but every mission is possible for Ethan Hunt. You don't ever go into these movies thinking, well, he could die. There's no thought. This was the final movie, and at no train of thought did you think, he might actually die in this one. This is supposed to be the final one.
Why were they too scared to kill Benji?
Yeah, Benji should have been dead.
Like why were they too scared? So they killed Luther. I'm like, all right, cool.
They killed Luther, no problem.
But Benji, I was like, what? There wasn't really, bro, the old couple that helped them from the ice or wherever the fuck they came from.
Yeah.
I'm expecting them to die, especially in the bomb situation.
Oh, no.
No, they all lived.
This is what I'm talking about. Why does that have to be a happy ending?
The random black dude that they found picking up the Asian chick that joined them.
Yeah.
Oh, he was one of the guards or some shit.
Yeah.
And he's just cool with them the whole movie, and he's at the end now. I'm like, what the fuck?
Part of the team. See, that was one of the best parts to me in these Mission Impossible teams was the team. Getting to know the team. Like, you start having a sentimental feeling towards the team, right? But then they added members to the team, and I didn't know anything about them. All I knew is the one chick wanted to kill Gabriel, and then the chance she had to kill him, she had no fucking bullets.
That's why I was like, I'm thinking the whole time, like, oh, these little characters, they're just plot devices, something that we're going to use to move on. They're going to die. I'm thinking they all about to die. I'm thinking, like, they about to die in a bomb. Dude about to sacrifice himself. The black dude going to sacrifice himself. I'm thinking, you know, they going to kill Benji. That's going to make the story like, oh, man, damn, they killed Benji too. Like, they ain't even killed a chick.
Because he's a sentimental figure.
Yes.
He's been in he's been in like every movie. So, like, yes, it would have been great, because I just don't feel in these movies that they even give you to think even a little bit that someone's going to die. Like, there's going to be actual adversity, right? Like, and the thing was, with Luther, he was already sick. So it was like, he was going to die anyway. So it wasn't like we were already prepared. It would have been nice for us not to be prepared for a death.
That's what I'm saying. Just one shocking body. I ain't going to cap. When he was falling out the sky and they made us think he was going to die, he had the other parachute, I would have actually liked that Tom Cruise had died. If Ethan had died, that would have shook me. I would have, oh, fuck.
That's why I don't know if this is the final one, because the ending didn't seem like a closure type of ending.
They just all met.
They did what they usually do. They all meet and they go, like, what the fuck? Nodding of the head, like, hey, good to see you again.
So,
like,
I still enjoyed the movie. I think it was a good movie, but the stunts did it for me. The stunts, like, I just really enjoyed the movie. I left the movie like, damn, I really felt this shit. Like, I was like, this 9.5. Like, I ain't say 9.5, but said 9. I was feeling like a 9, but I was just so amped up off the aerial scene and the stunts. If you take them away, yeah, a lot of it is just like, all right, I could have lived without it. I admit that.
Well, I'll give it to him, right, ladies and gentlemen. Like, if you want to see, like, good stunts, a couple of spots where they have, like, some really good action, because the action in this movie was phenomenal. Yes. I'm not going to see, especially if you've seen this in IMAX or Adobe, what a scene that plane scene was, and even when they're the submarine underwater, it looks amazing. What the cinematography in here is beautiful, masterful, really. But for me personally, I'm a story guy. I'm story driven, and this story to me was underwhelming to say the least. And it was just like a lot of talking, and you're just really hoping to get to those action spots, get to more of those stunt spots. And there was one spot, it's supposed to be good action, but I just thought it was mad corny. It's when Tom Cruise is in the submarine, and the guy from Severance, he did a good job too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I'm sitting there, right? He's on the submarine. Tom Cruise is on the submarine, Ethan Hunt, and he's on the treadmill, right? He has no shirt on, he's on the treadmill, and he's just running on the treadmill, and a guy tries to come behind him and tries to put a knife in his back and tries to kill him. And it was just like, what? Okay, from my standpoint, right? Okay, you kill him, right? What does that do? You're gonna die.
Yeah.
You're gonna get killed when they finally try to kill him, right? The same thing in the scene with the president where the one guy tries to take out the president.
Oh,
Once again, it's
God,
like
bruh.
there's all these Secret Service people, generals, Secretary of Defense. There's all these people in here, and it's like, what do you think is gonna happen to you? Like, what was the point of this?
He didn't care. He was a crash dummy. That's why I was like,
it was parts like that where I think they could have just kept it out the movie, because to me it just made no sense to even put this in there. It's just a waste of like 5, 10, 15 minutes. They could have cut a good 30 minutes out this movie. I think it would have been so much better.
Yeah, like I said, 3 hours is kind of crazy. This is the part that really pissed me off in the beginning of the film when he gets caught up and they have him chained up.
Mm-hmm.
And they about to, hey, give us this information. He did the whole fake tooth shit, right?
Yeah.
Why on earth, after he gets out the chains and he picks up the hammer, why on earth would they skip that whole action part?
Yep.
Like, why would they skip that?
It was too, quote unquote, I'm sure, gory, but
Yeah.
that would have been great for us to see.
That
because he had blood all over him.
That's how the movie started. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I literally looked over. I'm like,
And
why would they skip that?
All we see is Grace's point of view, like,
Yeah.
oh.
Right, why would they skip that? I was like, so we already 3 hours. You could have just added 5 more minutes. That's what pissed me off.
You're right.
That's
You're
why I was
giving
like,
us
what the-
3 hours, and you couldn't give us a really, really good action scene.
That's why I was kind of like, all right, this is how it's starting. And as the movie's going on, the movie's just flowing, the entity, got to go get this before, I run out of time. It's 3 days, 72 hours, just going through the motions.
We're not going to talk about that little chamber thing down there, how that shit took him more than a couple hours to get better from. We're just going to let that go.
Yeah, we're going to let that go. But with that said, got a question for you. Is Tom Cruise the GOAT of action films?
Yeah, you say that for sure. I mean, that's not really even debatable at this point, right? I mean, he has a lot. I mean, he has obviously a solid 8 Mission Impossible movies where at least 6 of them are like really, really good, right? And then you also have Edge of Tomorrow. You got Top Gun. You got so many of these movies come out with in the past. The Mummy. I mean, where it's just like action sequence after action sequence, and they're all really good. I will say he is the GOAT, and I don't even think it's even close.
Perfectly said. I have nothing else to add to that. He smoked it. Like I'm like this whole Mission Impossible saga compared to any other action films that we get, he has been a constant. We got Jason Statham.
Years
yeah.
old.
Oh, bro, that was the other part I wanted to say. I was like, man, for him to be doing that aerial stunt at 62 or 61 was nuts. That's why I think I was just so blown away by that. Like, I overlooked everything else. But I definitely think he's the GOAT. We got Arnold Schwarzenegger. We got a lot of Bruce Willis.
Like you said, Jason Statham, Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis in his day was really good. We'll give it to him. He was really good, though.
But just how much work Tom Cruise has put in. The body of work is just crazy. And to still be doing stunts at this age, it's like, all right, you got it, bro. Like, go. So, Lilo and Stitch. Now, I got a feeling you're going to rip this shit up. So, let me go first. All right, so Lilo and Stitch. I haven't seen the first one in like the movie or the show in a long time, so I'm just taking this for face value. I enjoyed it. It had some moments in there where it kind of got me a little bit. I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought they did a good job with Stitch. I don't want to mess her name up. But the Lilo, the actor, she killed it. She was phenomenal. She was great. I thought she did a really good damn job. And I know you're probably gonna rip it up, but I enjoyed it. I was laughing. I don't remember how. The only thing that pissed me off was Mr. Bubbles was supposed to be a huge black dude with black shades. So that right there was sending me off. I know there's some other characters and some other things that they changed, and I don't really give a fuck about that because honestly, I don't really remember the other ones. I'm just taking this one as is, and as is, I enjoyed it. Stitch was running around creating havoc. Lilo, she was doing the thing. She was a badass kid. I hate to say it, I just enjoyed it, bro. I enjoyed it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I know I'm gonna seem very negative right here, and I'm about to tear this shit apart. This movie was awful.
Oh my God.
Plain and simple. If you are a Disney movie buff, like myself, and I had Lilo and Stitch, and I still have it in my top 5 of animated movies, right? Like I have it with like Hercules and Mulan and Lion King. Like it's right there, probably like 3 or 4 on my list right there. I love Aladdin as well, and I like The Little Mermaid. But for live action, they tore this movie apart in so many different ways. I don't even know where to start. Number one, this should have went to streaming in my opinion, because they only spent $100 million, and you can tell the CGI aliens were atrocious. It was terrible.
You ain't like Stitch?
Stitch was fine, but I'm talking about, okay, so the antagonist in the animated version was Captain Gantu, okay? Mm-hmm. Captain Gantu was hard. He was an amazing, number one, they didn't have him in this at all. They made Jamba, they turned him into the actual villain of the movie and got rid of his kind of funny Russian accent. There was no accent. He was just a regular American like voice. You know what I mean? Like, and no offense to Zach Galifianakis from The Hangover, but that was one of the worst castings I've ever seen. So that right there already pissed me off. Number 2, you added this neighbor to the movie, and that really made no sense. Because the thing about Lilo and Stitch is it's about Lilo and Nani, right? And it's like Ohana. Ohana means family, right? And the best thing about it was just them two, right? Their parents had passed away, untimely deaths, and it was just supposed to be them two. She's not supposed to have any type of help. That's a real big part of the story. And this neighbor was so involved trying to help watch Lilo. She's the one, in this one, she took Lilo to go get Stitch. In the original, that was Nani. So it's just like, y'all are adding parts that just don't make any sense, right? And then, don't let me get started on the love interest, right? In the original, there's actually like chemistry between the two. Like they actually like tease it, and he's actually the kind of support system that they had, right? But he's like around her age, right? But instead they made him like a goofball. Like he was supposed to be like someone who really loved and cared for Lilo and Nani, and instead he was just some type of like trying to be funny, and it wasn't funny. He was corny. And it's just like, all right, cool. But then, like you said, Bubbles, right? In this movie, they make, okay, in the original, he's a social worker first, right? Former CIA, social worker, right? And he, once again, he cares for Lilo. He wants to see her, and he wants Nani to succeed and to keep being her guardian or whatnot. In this one, they made a fake-ass social worker and have him just be full-blown CIA. And don't get me wrong, I love Courtney Vance. He is a phenomenal actor as well. But he did not fit the role. Because like you said, he wasn't big and buff whatsoever. He was a older, obviously he looked like he's a retired CIA agent.
Give him black shades.
It's not hard. It's not hard, yes. Give him black shades. It's not hard, right? See, I understand Nick's point of view though. And I understand people's point of view who've never seen a Lilo and Stitch before. If you've never really seen it or it's been a while and you just go see this movie, you're thinking, oh, like this is actually a decent, good movie.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
But I am a really big fan of the animated version. So if you're a really big fan of the animated version, you're not gonna probably like this version. It's just not gonna happen because it's a completely different movie, completely different.
Now, I didn't know that. Like, so, bro, that movie came out
2002.
2002, bro. That's 20. I don't rewatch Disney movies like that, so I ain't seen that shit in a long time. So, but now that you saying these things, certain memories start popping in my head. I'm like, oh my God, they did change a lot of shit.
Yeah.
They changed a lot of shit. So
They only spent $100 million
That's
on
crazy.
the budget, right? They spent $209 million on Snow White, $225 on Beauty and the Beast, $240 million on The Little Mermaid. They spent only $100 million on this because this is supposed to go straight to streaming. And in my opinion, you can tell it's supposed to go straight to streaming.
Well,
Because,
they finessing it.
yeah, think about it. They didn't want to give us Gantu, right? And then think about when they're on Earth, right? We really just see Billy Marston and Zach Galifianakis. We don't get to see Jumba and Pinkley. We don't really get to see them very often as their alien form, right? And it was just like, they just want to save money. This was a money grab, and obviously everyone knows that Stitch hats, Stitch merchandise, Stitch Funko Pops.
Was gonna go crazy.
They go crazy.
They was gonna go crazy.
Sell crazy. So to me, this is all a money grab. They're gonna make $1 billion off this movie, but they half-assed the movie, in my opinion.
And they never show like another. I don't remember a lot of parts, but I do remember there was a part where Stitch would show all his legs, right?
I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, I was
so
like-
when Lilo actually met Stitch, he had his antenna and legs out. In this movie, they basically kept him just as a dog the whole movie, and he never actually showed her his true alien form.
And he was strong as shit. Like he was picking up.
Yes.
So I do remember
Yes.
these things, but the reason I didn't want to go so hard on it is because this is how they wanted to give it to us. I don't think they intended us to remember, like, to compare it to the other one. Like, I think they just wanted to give a live action twist on it.
That's what brings you in. It was already made, and it was beautifully made. It was an animated movie, right?
Yeah.
That's what brought people to go see Little Mermaid. That's what brought people to go see Aladdin. That's what brought
true.
people to go see Lion King.
That's true.
And you literally, okay, so the biggest part of this movie, what it's all about, is how Lilo and Nani stick together, right? And how Nani wasn't to blame Lilo for certain things. But in this movie, I'm sorry, Nani wasn't likable. She was blaming Lilo for all of her problems more often than not. And it was just like, in the original, Nani understood and she was more caring for Lilo. In this version, she wasn't. And then remember, Ohana means family. Family doesn't leave each other. And what does she end up doing at the end of the movie? Spoiler, she goes and wants to become a marine biologist and she leaves.
They give her the gun
Lilo.
so she can just go pop in the portal and go see her anytime
Absolutely
she
not.
wants.
She
Yeah.
should want to stay. And she wanted to be a surfer. She was all about surfing in the first movie. And here,
Yeah, and this one they barely mention that
barely
at all.
mention
They
it.
barely mention that.
and like the scenes of Hawaii, like I didn't feel like this was like a Hawaiian. I didn't feel the Hawaiian nature in this movie to
Now,
me.
speaking of that, that was another thing about Nani. They didn't even like the casting.
No.
Like that's why like people was raising hell about the casting and they still flopped with the casting. So this was like you should have just did the right thing, but
I will agree with you. I liked Lilo. That I will agree with you
Yeah,
on.
bro, she smoked it.
I think she did a great job.
She
Like
smoked
Lilo did a phenomenal, amazing job. I really didn't like any of the other castings in this movie. Maybe other than Billy Marston as Prickly. I don't think I liked anything else in this movie. I think everything else was just not the right casting. And they did a awful job on Bubbles. That was bad.
Right, it was that.
That was bad.
I wanted to mention that first because that one, when I watched it as like a younger person, like I was like, I liked his character. So when the movie come on and he pop up, I'm like, all right, this is nothing like I envisioned. This is nothing like I remember. This is just like they completely dropped the ball, bro.
They could
Like-
have kept the movie literally the same. Because Little Mermaid basically kept the movie the same. Aladdin as well. They didn't
Yeah.
have to add a neighbor, and they didn't have to add the social worker.
They were missing the best friend, right? The Nani's the guy that has a crush on her, his best friend, right?
Yeah, he wasn't in the movie.
Okay, so
At all. I just feel like, from my point of view, from watching it as a child and watching it a couple more times since then, this movie was nowhere near as good as the original was. And I'm always going to think about the original. There's no way I cannot think about that.
Yeah.
So, like, for me, this was I can't go more than like a 5. For me, 5 out of 10. It was average because of what I'm looking for in this movie. It didn't hit anything. Once they didn't have Gantu, I was already upset. Just from the beginning sequence. That had already pissed me off.
You ain't feel nothing when Stitch was in the handcuffs and he turned around like, oh, how nice family. You ain't feel nothing?
I felt it way more in the original. I felt a lot more things in the original. I really felt that the relationship between Nani and Lilo was so much tighter and so much closer. In this movie, I felt like they were really like, like it was just, they weren't attached at the hip. Like they weren't, I didn't believe that was a real brotherly, not brotherly, sister bond. I didn't feel that sisterly love.
Okay. I hate doing this, but 7.5. I'm always a 7, dude. Like it's my favorite number, but I don't know why I keep landing on it. But 7.5, there was some parts, like I said, if you erase, like not erase, but if you just don't think about the original as is, I think it's a good movie. Once you lay out things, now I'm like, damn, they kind of mess it up. So,
ladies and gentlemen, if you have children, go take your children to go see Lilo and Stitch. It'll be a fun watch for a child, 100%. Or anybody who has never seen the original Lilo and Stitch, I think it's a good fun watch.
I think they would really enjoy it. That's a great point. But if you have seen it and you do remember and you hold it fondly, just skip this. Just skip it.
Or just wait for it to come to streaming. I really think that's the, because I mean, that's where it's supposed to go anyway. So just wait for it to go on Disney Plus. It'll be there in about a month, 2 months.
Think a month or 2?
Yeah, it'll be there soon. You know, the new Avengers is about to be on there soon now.
All right. All right, so these playoffs, man, these NBA playoffs, I want to say something. I had a take that Ant-Man was better than SGA. I had that take. And now I had to man up and own that I was completely wrong. Ant-Man is not ready. And I don't hold him to that because it's like he's young, he's 23. But he walked around this past summer, this past year, talking so much shit.
I'm him.
All this I'm him shit. Going through the playoffs, beating the Lakers, going crazy, talking shit in LA with the fans, walking the streets. To turn around.
Like he MLK or something.
Yeah, bro. To turn around this series, there was a few moments where he did have some good moments. But he has been so inconsistent. So inconsistent. And I was disgusted with last game, bro. I was disgusted. 16 points in the game that you must fucking win, bro. 16 points.
Must win.
And if we was recording that night of or the day after, I would have spazzed the fuck out. But I won't because I had a parlay on it, so I was extra tight. But it's
how
just,
it is, and they got money on it.
It's just the principle. I stood on this camera and said, Ant-Man is better than SGA. And that shit is not real. That shit, it's a different level to it. And the reason I say it's a different level, we always complain, or people complain about SGA and these free throws. I literally watched this game, and SGA was picking their ass apart. He didn't even really need free throws. He was hitting timely shots that shut them up. Like it was almost like watching SGA, the MVP, versus Ant-Man, just a normal player, bro. Because every time Timberwolves would try to do anything, SGA was right there. Nah, bucket. And I'm sitting here like, where the fuck is Ant-Man? Where is Ant-Man? What are you doing? Like, I seen a tweet that said, Ant-Man playing uncomfortable like he got a condom on. I laughed because I was like, bro, it's true. I don't even know who this is. Like, I literally stood on this channel and I said, oh man, Ant-Man is way talented, da-da-da-da. This nigga ain't show us shit, bro. And so I'm more calm now. This is calm. But boy, I'm disappointed. Disappointed.
The more babies he makes, the better he plays.
Yeah, I don't know. But I just wanted to get that off my chest, bro. Ant-Man has really just came up small, and in a game that you really needed, you let you let Jalen Williams outplay you. He had 34. 34. I'm sitting here like, what the fuck? I don't even care about Randall because we didn't expect Randall to be like the one that's gonna help them win. We just thought Randall would be there with the guys. It's Ant-Man's show. It's Ant-Man who's gonna be leading the charge. And he flopped, bro. He flopped.
I'm gonna see, this is a problem for me because I took the Timberwolves to win this series.
Oh, yeah.
In 6 games. And I thought they were going to win this in 6 games because I thought they had more dogs on their team than the Thunder. And what I'm realizing is they can have more dogs and still not be the better team because the Thunder are just a way more complete team. They have more weapons. They got players off the bench who perform night in and night out.
It's not even close.
And yeah, they took a 43-point loss in this series, but I honestly think that was on purpose. I honestly think they were just like, once they got down by like 15, 20, like, we're up 2-1. Next game, we gonna come all out, guns blazing, and we gonna put it to them boys. And that's exactly what they did. The Oklahoma City Thunder looking like they might win the NBA Finals. They look that good. They have everything they need. They have a star player who is looking unstoppable right now.
MVP.
He is the MVP.
I'm gonna give him his
100%. He is the MVP, and that's why I picked him over Ant Edwards when I said who was the better player. I picked him because he is so consistent. Even when his shot's not going down, he knows how to get to the free throw line, and he always knocks down his free throws. Jalen Williams is a great Robin to his Batman, 100%. Right. I mean, amazing. And then we got Chet Holmgren, Isaiah Bernstein, and then the Caruso show is he makes a play like he's kind of like Obi Toppin, where he makes the big defensive play, the big defensive stop. Like he is a defender, man. He has that dog in him, and there's just too many weapons, Lou Dort, too many weapons on the Thunder. And to be honest with you, this team has a chance to be a dynasty because they are very, very young.
I want to get to that point, but there's a few other things I got to say. Like, you did pick the Timberwolves, and I understood why, but it just, the dogs didn't show up. But this is why I said Thunder was going to win. Did I say it wasn't going to be close? I said Thunder in 6?
Yeah, Thunder, I think either 6 or
All
7.
right.
Yeah.
Bro, just the last game, it pissed me off because why is Chet Holmgren unstoppable? Unstoppable. Like, the other thing, every time any one of the Timberwolves except Ant-Man got the ball, they double-teamed him, they had nothing. They didn't know what to do, struggling. Julius Randle, I'm like, nigga, dribble the ball. Do something. He can't pass the ball. All they did was double-team any player except Ant-Man, and they were struggling. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, that's why I knew Thunder was going to beat them, because they so deep, bro. Chet was going crazy in the last quarter. They couldn't box him out. He's hitting threes. They leaving him open constantly, leaving Jalen Williams open constantly. It's dumb. It's like they don't even know who to cover because they was lighting their ass up. SGA had no problem getting to his spots. It's just like Thunder overwhelmed the Timberwolves. I didn't even think that would happen. I thought Thunder would win in 6. They would just win in 6. I didn't think they would just be overpowering them like this. They don't even look like Timberwolves don't even look like they have dogs. And that's what was pissing me off. I'm like, what is going on?
And they have some dogs.
Yes, they at home. And they had a chance, but that was even, oh my God, that shit was pissing me off. Why on earth, it's 23 seconds left. Why on earth when you foul immediately, that they wait all the way down to 14 seconds? You have a chance. You at the free throw line. Julius Randle, he makes both free throws instead of missing one on purpose to get the rebound to go for 3. Dumb shit. And of course, it gets down to the end. Ant-Man at the free throw line, he tries to do it, and it was one of the worst free throw on purpose misses I ever seen. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I kind of blame coaching for that because that's dumb as hell. You didn't give your team a real chance. But it's just like, it was false hope. They really had no chance. And they even got lucky that SGA missed a free throw. I almost thought that shit was rigged when he missed it. I was like, oh, okay, he trying to sell it, make this shit more entertaining. And they still fumbled the ball, bro. They still fumbled the shit.
I'm disappointed in the Timberwolves because they're supposed to be, at least in my opinion, a defensive-minded team, right? Ant-Man's a two-way player. Jenny McDaniels, a very good defender. And then let's talk about the one guy in this series who has really been probably the most disappointing player in the whole series, even more than Ant-Man. The man that y'all are paying $40 million to a year. The man who is a four-time, yes, I'm saying he is a four-time Defensive Player of the Year, All NBA First Team Defender. How many times? Rudy the Bum Gobert. He should not. They need to this offseason, the Timberwolves need to find a way to trade his sorry ass. He is a big reason they are getting cooked up in this series. They are taking advantage of him so fucking much. They are cooking his ass left and motherfucking right. Cooking every limb on his body. I am embarrassed of Rudy Gobert and how bad he has been in this series. And all this money you're paying him to be a phenomenal defender, and he is getting destroyed.
Non-existent. You brought up his name, and I forgot about him.
That's how bad he's been.
And that's how bad he's been. I was watching the game, and I was just shocked. I'm like, where is the defense? And I forgot about Rudy Gobert, because I'm like,
where's the rim protection?
Yeah, bro, they was doing anything they wanted. Chet was getting rebounds, slamming on their head. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Don't they have Rudy Gobert? They have somebody to stop this dude, right? No. And I know he's a good player. I'm not saying Chet shouldn't be able to do this, but they have Rudy Gobert, bro. That's why I'm like,
Chet, no offense to Chet, he should be able to do some of the stuff. But like you said, Rudy Gobert is a four-time Defensive Player of the Year, and Chet's still skinny a little bit, right?
Yes.
Like, there's no way this should be happening.
At all, bro.
And then here's one of the things. It'd be one thing if Gobert could produce on the offense side of the ball. So then I could be like, you know what? He's at least doing something on the offensive side of the ball. Give him some points. He is an offensive liability. That's why he can't be on the court. He's an offense and defensive liability in this series. And paying someone $40 million,
Right.
Get out.
Even after all of that, all of that shit could be cured if Ant-Man showed the fuck up. If Ant-Man gave 30 to 35 a game, it all could have been cured, and they still could win this series.
Yeah, I don't want to hear, ladies and gentlemen, I know he don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear this shit no more. Don't you ever. Don't comment about it. I hope no one ever's come to me and say this. Don't you ever come up to me and say that Ant-Man is a young Michael Jordan again.
Oh, my God, bro.
I don't want to hear it anymore. I don't want to hear, well, Michael lost. I don't want to hear none of that. Because Michael Jordan, even when he took losses in the playoffs early in his career, he was giving you 30, 40, 50, and even 60 pieces.
Bro, he was
when
doing
he
anything.
lost to the Boston Celtics in the 80s, he put up 62 points. And what did Larry Bird say about him? He said that man was God, disguised as Michael Jordan. I'm not seeing that out of Ant-Man. He ain't putting up 60 pieces. He ain't putting up 50. He gave us 16 measly points.
What did he say at the interview? What did he say? Dog. I just couldn't even believe he said what he said. I didn't feel like I wasn't trying, right? That's what he said?
These press conferences, the stuff that come out of these players' mouths.
Like, what is he talking about? I'm like, no, you didn't try enough. You didn't show up. He talking about, so, it's 16, but I feel like I just wasn't shooting enough. Nigga, the game is on the line. Like, outside of the player prop beef I have with him, like, you're at home, you Ant-Man, you walking around, I'm him. I've been watching his YouTube video that he dropped an episode. I've been getting hyped for him. He's been one of my favorite young players. And compared to my favorite player right now, Ja, and because the thing was Ja or Ant-Man. You remember that? Not too long ago, it was Ja and Ant-Man. And the thing I will say that Ja still has over this man, Ja always shows up in playoffs. He don't do this shit. If Ja was on this Timberwolves team that game, they would have won that game. Because Ja wouldn't have gave 16, they'd be like, oh, I didn't try enough. Or I didn't feel like I wasn't trying. He would have showed up, bro. So that, I just didn't expect that out of Ant. I did not expect that. Like, sure, it could have been a bad game, but it didn't feel like a bad game. It felt like he was just coasting, bro. Praying that Randall save him. Praying that DiVincenzo save him. Praying that Walker saves him, bro. I'm like, is this the Walker game? Like, why was he the feature? Because he playing against SGA, his brother, cousin? Because he playing his cousin? That's why he was featured so much? Like, get the fuck out of here, man. That shit.
Another season where the Timberwolves get to the conference championship, conference finals, and they're going to be taken out by another amazing guard. It was Luka last year, and this year, well, it was Luka and Kyrie last year, and now it's Shai and Jalen Williams this year. They got some work to do in the offseason. They got some work to do. I'm very disappointed in the Timberwolves.
I will give some bail. Maybe Thunder is just that damn good. Maybe Thunder, like I did say, Thunder was just way too deep. I thought Thunder would win, but maybe I even underestimated them. Maybe they just that damn good. Defensively, they shutting them down, strapping them up. Offensively, there's nothing that Timberwolves could have did. Maybe we just being too hard on the Timberwolves and saying that Thunder is just not dominant enough, and really Thunder is dominant, bro.
Thunder's good, but I don't be letting these teams off the hook. You get back to the conference finals again, you know what you need to do. You need to finish the job and get to the finals. Because, look, you saw what happened last year. They got taken out by the Mavericks. The Mavericks got gentlemen swept by the Boston Celtics. So
yeah, that's true. I just think for Ant-Man, he gonna have to come back and he gotta fix this. He can't be inconsistent. And it's not the first time in a series. He's done it in the Lakers series and the Warriors series.
Where he goes ghost.
He goes ghost. And
where did he go? Where did he go?
That's not right. I don't think if you walking around like I'm him and all this shit, you can't pound your chest.
Telling President Barack Obama, I'm him.
Yes, bro. You can't pound your chest and talk with a soft voice, bro. You can't do that. Now, these Knicks and Pacers. Knicks, I believed in you, and you fucked me. I'm not mad, because I also believe that the Pacers could do it. I feel like the Pacers was too deep. But I thought because you had home court advantage, y'all would get the job done. And not only did you not get the job done, you are getting outplayed by Spicy P. I literally said he was going to be the X Factor, and if the Pacers wanted to win, he would have to be the X Factor. And yes, Halliburton had a great game, and I seen the media dick eating all day. Oh, Halliburton, is he the next Magic Johnson? I seen all that shit.
Legacy game. Wasn't a great game. It was a legacy game.
They doing all of that, but they are over. They're missing the whole big picture, bro. Spicy P is the damn reason they winning this series. Yes, Halliburton is doing his thing, but he dropped 30, bruh. He dropped 30, 40. He's been the constant player for them. That is the reason why they winning this series and the other supporting role cast. But don't let the media fool you. Oh, Therese Halliburton, yes, he's great. Yes, he's almost a superstar, sure. He's a superstar, yes. But no, do not sleep on Spicy P. He is the main focal reason they doing this.
Yeah, he has some type of love for this man, Spicy P, so much. He loves this man so
champion.
much.
He saved me from the Warriors winning that year versus Raptors, and I always appreciate that.
He's forgetting about Fran VanVleet, I see, but that's okay.
I didn't forget about that.
Spicy P has been very good in this series, but let's not get it twisted. The real reason the Indiana Pacers are doing what they're doing is because they are deep. They have an actual bench who comes off and they score buckets. TJ McConnell scores a bucket. Betharen scores buckets. Like, they have bucket getters, okay, off their bench, while Tom Thibodeau's dumbass doesn't even use his bench. Doesn't care about losing his bench. Wants to use his starters 40 to 45 minutes a game.
But he put in Landry Shamek.
Ooh. Like,
Dumbass.
that's the real big reason they're winning, because they're so much, like you said, they're deep. They're the deeper team. And I think that's really what it really comes down to. Spicy P has been amazing, no doubt about it. A couple 30 pieces in this series. Very, very, very efficient as well. I got to say it, though. Tyrese Halliburton. What the Hallie? Last night, boy, a triple-double with no turnovers.
He played amazing.
Is amazing. I'm not going to sit here and do too much, but last game, game 4, last night, because we were filming on a Wednesday, last night was an amazing virtuoso performance. And we have to point that out. Wow. Like, I'm never going to doubt this man again, ever.
Oh, yeah.
There's nothing to doubt anymore, because he is doing it on the biggest stage. And he's doing it against a player that a lot of people think that's better than him, in Jalen Brunson. So
Absolutely.
bruh, we need to give Halliburton all the credit is due after this series. He's been amazing.
Definitely giving his credit. I will say he is a superstar now. And yes, but the Knicks, man, what the fuck? Like,
I told you.
Yeah, you
I told you.
And it's like, all right, if you look at it, okay, Halliburton and Naismith combined will match Brunson, because Halliburton don't really score that much. When he's scoring, I mean, goddamn, the 30 piece he dropped on him it really hurt them. But I'm thinking that's a wash. Cat and Turner, sure. Bridges and OG have let the Knicks down, bro.
I told you that would happen.
They have let them down, bro.
OG cardio.
Bro. Miles Bridges, bro, 5 first-round picks for him? Like, that's... Bro, and I like him as a person.
Villanova boys. The Villanova boys.
That shit is not working, bro. Bronson was oddly quiet. He had his 30, but in the fourth quarter, he had 8 shots, some shit like that. Like, where was he? Like, they featuring Bridges at the end. This man shot like eight shots, bro. What is Brunson doing? The game, and it was kind of out of hand anyway. You knew that the Pacers were gonna win, but it's just like
I said, man, the New York Knicks are like the Dallas Cowboys, an accident waiting to happen. You cannot trust these America teams to live up to expectations when it matters most. Almost everyone, picked the New York Knicks to make it to the finals after what they did to the Boston Celtics. I was not believing that hype. That hype train was not coming this way. Hell no. I knew what time it was with the Indiana Pacers. The Indiana Pacers have and will always have the New York Knicks number. It's been since Reggie Miller. Don't forget about last year in the playoffs, what Hallie did to these boys, and what Spice did to these boys last year. They have their number. You can add Cat, you can add Miles Bridges, you can add whoever you want to add. At the end of the day, the Pacers just have the Knicks number.
They didn't show up, and I'm just flabbergasted, because I'm like, damn, dog. Like, they was stunting on y'all, bro. Tyrese hit a 3 and used Bronson's celebration on you, bro.
Right
I was
on
just
him.
like, damn, dog.
Why did he back up, by the way? Haven't they learned this man can hit Curry range threes?
They're idiots, bro.
Why did they back it up?
I just think they underestimated the Pacers. They thought, they're a tough, resilient team, but the Knicks probably felt like we better than them. And it's just like, with the last game, Cat was hella aggressive, but
they might have a better starting 5 than them.
Yeah, they do.
That we'll give you. But like I said, the bench scoring is on a different level.
It's smokes.
And once again, they need to consider. It sounds crazy, I know, but either the GM needs to start talking to Coach Thibodeau, or he might have to get out of here, because he needs to utilize his bench, or ask the general manager and the owner to you start spending some more money on a bench. And this is where it comes back to where Dante DiVincenzo would have been good on this team.
He would have, but still wasn't enough.
I don't think it would have been enough, but at least they would have had some type of bench scoring. Consistent bench scoring.
The only thing why I say the Knicks didn't take advantage, when Hallie go to the bench, the Pacers aren't as explosive.
They're not. McConnell's still good, though.
He's steady. He's steady. Yeah. But that is when the Knicks are supposed to take advantage. And they normally have Cat. They don't have Brunson and Cat off at the same time.
They might be tired.
One of them supposed to go crazy. Cat was really aggressive, but he did a lot of dumb shit this series. A lot of dumb fouls. All that shit was kind of dumb.
He's an awful defender. He can't defend for shit.
I can't say anything bad about him. You know my rules.
I know. I think he's a phenomenal offensive player. He's very versatile, but you can see why the Timberwolves traded him.
Yeah, for sure.
Because they realized, like, this man doesn't defend.
But what is Bridges doing? Bridges is supposed to give you a steady 20 to 25. Low key. Like 5 first-round picks. I'm going off of that. The assets you gave for him, I'm expecting 20 to 25, no problem.
You're expecting the scoring. I'm expecting these boys to lock up people. I'm expecting Bridges and Anunoby, OG as now going to be known as OG Cardio, to lock people up. And they're not doing that. The Pacers are getting and doing whatever they want.
Anything they want. They first they let Naismith go crazy. Like they was like, hey, let's not guard him for 3. They let him go crazy.
Literally, let him open.
The next time they let Spicy P by himself go for 43. The next time, which is last night, they said, oh, we're gonna back off of Hallie. We're gonna let him just do whatever. We're gonna have Mathurin come in, just go crazy too. Like, we're just gonna let all these boys just go crazy.
There should never be a game when someone has 15 assists and no turnovers. That just tells me how much defense was being played. That should never, ever happen. Okay? Like, never.
He had an amazing night. It's like, I don't want to downplay his night. He had a great night, but it speaks more to the Knicks couldn't match the Pacers, bro. The Knicks couldn't match the Pacers. Think about that. All that star power they have on the Knicks, they couldn't match the Pacers. Think about that. Halliburton had 30. Spicy P had 30. Mathurin on the bench? 18. Okay, Bronson had 30. Cat had 24. Mm-hmm. All right. Bridges had 17. Where's Josh Hart? How much he had? Like that's
the thing with some of these. Josh Hart is a player, a utility player you have to have, but you can't rely on his scoring. Yes. He's not someone who's going to be giving you 20 a night. If he gives you 20, you're in amazement.
Yeah, they just nearly don't have enough. And it's like, yes, you can use more bench, but if your starters are who they're supposed to be, they have enough.
Yeah, but their starters are not, I'm going to be honest, it's not like they have Luka and LeBron. They don't have any. They don't have that. They don't have that. They have. You gotta. At the end of the day, we gotta be honest. Brunson is always. He's an overachiever. Look at how tall he is. Look at him. Yeah. He's an overachiever.
Okay.
To expect him to score 30 a game, to me, which he has done a lot of the times, is still crazy because he is still like 6 foot.
They're paying OG how much?
A lot of money. He's getting paid the most out of everybody.
Shouldn't he be on the same level as Jalen Williams?
Yeah. If not better as an overall player.
They gave up 5 first-round picks for Bridges.
Yeah.
Shouldn't he be on the same level as Jalen Williams?
Uh-huh. He should be. Okay. He should actually be better players. Yeah.
That's why I'm not letting them off the hook.
Oh, I'm not looking at any people off the hook. As I said, that's OG cardio. And I'm not, and I think this Villanova boys thing has gone overboard. They gave all that up to put them together because they think the chemistry would be enough to push them over the top. That's what they thought. That's why they want the Villanova boys together. But to me, they got rid of the biggest dog of all of them when they got rid of DiVincenzo. I don't know why they did that because he would have been a great 6th man. I would have found a way to. I heard the rumors of he would come off the bench, but he's come off the bench in Minnesota. So I can't really believe that was the issue.
Listen, y'all ain't got to worry about me ever joining the Knicks again or rooting for the Knicks again. Don't even worry. When we come back and we doing it, NBA season, we talking about it, don't even worry about the Knicks. We're not going to talk about them. We're not going to cover them. It's going to be the same story. It's the same as the Cowboys.
Unless they make some trades and bring in some free agents for that bench, I don't got nothing else to say about them.
I'm done with them, bro. That's it.
They are the Cowboys, America's team, the actually waiting to happen of the NBA.
Definitely now they are. They was quiet. Now they done build up. They got the hype. Blue and orange skies. It's fucking guys, bro. These niggas, man. You got anything else?
You got anything? I don't got anything.
Nah, man. I think y'all gonna have to catch us next week. I'm Nick.
I'm Lawrence. Please like, comment, subscribe, follow on all our social medias.
We're gonna be here every week, and let's say what's real.